Hey there, back with another video with Jack. Hope you guys enjoyed Jack's video last week. On reflection, I feel it's probably one of the best lessons I've recorded yet. That's just my opinion, but it seemed to, I don't know, just flow really well. And I've had some really nice comments for Jack as well, and his progress and his approach to driving. So, did you watch it back?
Yeah, I did watch it back, and it is really helpful to watch back at what I did, and I read through some of the comments, and thank you for those. Much appreciated. Gave me a bit more confidence as well, so definitely works.
Fantastic. It's a privilege that not many people have the opportunity to get, I guess, recording your driving lessons.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, good, cool. And so, what was you most proud of last lesson? You watched the whole thing back, did you?
I sort of skipped through parts of it, but I think I never really thought that I'd be where I am at the moment now.
It's quite it's quite special, yeah. I think
it's happened quite quickly. Yeah.
Good. So, what did we cover last lesson? What was the general? Just so we can, we're just establishing. In case you're wondering, guys, this is our recap, and if you're not getting a recap at the beginning of your driving lessons, you really should, so that you know where you are and where you're going.
Yeah, I think what we did, we did a bit of higher speed roads, so a bit of dual carriageway. Halfway through the lesson, I was telling Matt that I need to sort of work on my my mirrors, like for a signal. So we did that. I can't remember really what we did.
I think it was because your goal was, I believe, to just get smoother with your general driving. I think you'd been doing it because you just picked up your own car, which you've told me just that you're getting familiar with, and that's really good. It's just remembering that reverse is in a different place. And but that's I get that with everybody really who drives the other car at home. But so I think the big theme of it was mirrors, and we covered a lot of ground, if I remember rightly. We did a lot of things. Yeah, we did. And
I think one of the main things that we really started to look into was crossroads.
Crossroads.
So we're starting to do a bit more crossroads now.
Was it like controlled ones we were doing, or the smaller ones, more residential types?
I think we did more of the small ones, but we did do a few controlled lights.
Okay, and everything going all right with that then? Yeah. Cool. So today, is there anything you want me to help you with specifically?
I think what we said.
In fact, pause that. Really, we should decide what we're going to do, and then I should ask you if there's anything you want to help you with. So, because I might need to explain a few more things to you, and you was about to say, you was about to say that we was going to look at something today. I think we'd already agreed it last week, hadn't we? Yeah.
I think we do some like higher speed roads, just so I can purely get used to the higher speeds of cars around me. And there's a little bit more danger in it, so you need to be pay a bit more attention, and then maybe do a bit of sat-nav work, because that's a new part of a driving test now. Okay,
good stuff. Yeah, so happy with that as a plan. So we're going to just mainly focus on the faster driving, some slip roads as well, coming in, coming off. Do you think it would be good, tell me your thoughts, do you think it would be good to add in the sat-nav once we've done more of it, and then add the sat-nav in afterwards? Rather than doing it, because we've done carriageway work and lane changing, haven't we?
Yeah, done a bit,
but we haven't done miles and miles and miles where we have to sort of
weave in and out of everything, and
that sort of thing, like lots of sort of planning in regards to that. We've done planning in regards to it, but not you know, like if you're driving down a motorway for 30 miles, you need a bit of a route, it's different, you know, trying to maintain that 70, and that I think that should be an aim for today as well, is try and stick to 70, because that requires from you, it forces from you excellent, but most of all early planning down the road.
You got less thinking time.
Yes. So. It's a lot of miles an hour, isn't it? 70. So if we have to slow down, it means we've planned badly.
Yeah.
Or not as efficiently as we could do. But of course there is scenarios where we do need to slow down.
Yeah.
So just remind me, what's the normal lane for normal driving?
Vienna, the left-hand lane.
And reasons for being in the right-hand lane is?
Overtaking.
Or?
I don't know actually.
Positioning to turn off somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes A roads come to an end and there might be a roundabout. Sometimes there might be turns off. Sometimes it's like right turn boxes in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Really dangerous, but you know, basically, if you were going to do that, you'd need to position early, wouldn't you, to take that whatever direction it is you want to turn off. So that's another justification to be in the right lane. Or you might let somebody in off a slip road. You know, so it's things like that. But basically, if you're in the right-hand lane, just always think, can I justify this right now, right this second? Am I gaining on that car on the left? Am I, you know, so that's there and you're gaining slowly.
Yeah.
You still can justify it.
Yeah.
The only time I wouldn't continue to stay in the right is if I'm getting real pressure from some tailgater behind.
Yeah.
You know, and then I might just think, well, I'm slowly gaining, so I could probably got time to move in, let this person pass, and then...
Okay.
All right, so I'm glad I asked that because that might just clear up a few things. Yeah. How far back do you think you could justify positioning to turn off? What sort of things do you think you'd need to see to sort of justify?
Signs, and then like road markings maybe.
That's it, you've got it. Okay, everything right with your lane changing as far as you're aware?
Yeah. Okay,
and the reason I'm not asking you about every single thing is because I know we've done some of it before. I was just trying to think if there's anything else that... Have we done slip roads before?
We've done a few of them, but not many.
And coming off on slip roads as well?
I think, a little bit. I've been practicing in my car as well. So on the way to my athletics, there's a few like slip roads and everything.
Yeah. Okay, so... Based on that, and now I'm going to ask that question because now it's the right time to ask it. Is there anything that you want me to help you with?
I think
with this type of driving.
Yeah, I think for like more of the beginning of a part, just to remind me what to do and just go through the steps and then slowly ease off throughout the session.
That sounds like a good plan to me. Yeah. Because that way, you're probably going to gain extra bits where other people wouldn't if they just say, "Oh, leave me to it."
Yeah.
I'll still chip in, but yeah. So if I can share everything that's in my head, you're going to be better off, I would imagine, at the end of it. So what's your goal at the end of the lesson? Faster driving, sat navs. Where would you like to be?
Just, I think what you just said, literally, just do what I've planned to do, just to accomplish that.
Okay, good stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay. So drive them when you're ready. Yeah. So it's right and then right. I would here. Yeah, I just would anyway.
No one walking through.
So what does that line mean on the floor then?
Just stop.
That's it. Why do you think you need to stop here then?
Because there could be a car coming across there.
So what do you think? So what's visibility like then?
Poor.
Extremely, yeah. All you can see is Lexus.
Not the best car in the world. Luckily I can see like shadows of cars, so... I think the sort of things in car parks, you need to edge your way out, don't you?
It's the only way to do it, to have absolute confidence that it's going to be safe. So at the roundabout, Jack, we'll turn right, third exit. Well done. And just to be clear, I was just working on mirrors last lesson. Did we sort of hand responsibility back over to you on that? Do you want to sort of take that upon yourself today?
Yeah.
The mirror signal manoeuvre?
Yeah, I think we were going to...
Okay. Sort of, it's going to be a left turn at the end. Yeah. That's fine. Shall I just let you know if I feel any's been missed?
That's a good place to stop, isn't it? That is a really good place, isn't it?
It's probably the worst place I've ever seen. But okay, so what are you going to do? Because to go past there,
around.
Yeah, and what about if somebody's turning right in that right turn box? We've got to really look out for that.
I'm just moving now.
Yeah, interesting place to stop, eh? Check your mirror, Jack. You might have to floor it here. Check your mirror. Foot down. Let's go. Go, go, go. Pulling out was fine, but this is the thing. You've got to then floor it sometimes. Not floor it and keep flooring it, but get you, you know, it's first exit here. Just get your toe down and keep it down until you get to the flow of the road. Does that make sense? The road speed. I'm not telling you to thrash it in case anybody misinterprets that on the camera. But you know, some junctions, and they're notorious for it there, the exit on the Pride Park, the meters, the Wyvern retail park. It's like, I've been there for 10 minutes before. Sometimes you've got to take it, even if it's a small chance, you've got to take it, you know. Alright, so we've got the slip road coming up. We're going to look out for the speed limit, so I just want you to tell me what the speed limit is. So that means they have priority, look. So, good stuff. So do use the majority of the slip road, don't rush to get on, but do signal early, and just mainly looking forwards, and in your right door mirror, centre mirror, and just drive on at an angle. Don't sort of steer on, sideways glance to the right. Go into fourth before you lift the clutch up. Good. Clutch back up. Don't want to slow down too much, do we, on this road? Okay, so it's still 40 mile an hour. We've got some road works, and what you can do is you could use cruise control in this situation. It could be very difficult to stay at 40 at times, you know, especially because the majority of the traffic's going to do more. Have you used cruise control before in this car? Do you want to look at using it, or would you prefer to do that later on in your training?
I think it's hard really, because obviously some cars have it, some cars don't.
Has your new one got it?
No.
No.
But to be fair, I'm quite good at keeping 40 miles an hour.
Fair enough, fair enough. And just keep it up to date really regularly with the road behind, because 1 second something might not be there, the next second there could be that Ferrari coming down doing 120 or a superbike or something. So, you know, really, really important. Just have a check in your left mirror for the slip road, back to the road ahead. Have another check in your left mirror, back to the road ahead. Just if somebody's going to cut us up last second. Also, when we see signs for slip roads, like that one there that says 100 yards, check your escape route, which is your centre and your right mirror. If something was coming up, could we move, or do we need to start easing off to create space to let them on? Does that make sense? Is that something you've thought about before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah? Yeah. Excellent. Now you see that max speed up there, 50. Does that mean we have to do 50?
No.
No, good. So it's only an advisory.
Yeah.
Obviously it's there for a reason, but it's unnecessary to do 50 around there. I know we're doing 40, but that's because it was already going slow. So, one thing I didn't mention, which you might have spotted, I think you have. What's that?
Bridge.
I'm thinking the speed limit change.
It's 60, I saw the sign. It's national speed limit.
It's national speed limit, but how would you know if it's 60 or 70?
By the central reservation.
Okay, so is this a dual carriageway then, or a single? So if it's a dual and it's national, what's the split? Well done. So that's the processes I do to work it out every time.
Okay.
So is your escape route clear? There's a slip road on, off, so there's definitely going to be one on that follows. Or is it safe?
Yeah.
Okay. Brake lights ahead, so let's check the mirrors. Signal right, foot back on the gas before, okay, just too late there. See, so we get boxed in. So we've got, when we see that slowing, we've got to act really soon, and we've got to keep the speed going. If you come off the gas, it's going to affect things. So, slowing down even more. So come off the gas and keep this gap. We've got cars in the lay-by that could come off. See the one on its brake lights there? Also the shell garage, so things could peel off without really taking us into account. Look down the road, really far down in your right door mirror in the centre. Bearing in mind the right door mirror is convex, so it shows things further away than it actually is, and the left one of course. After this red one coming up, shall we look to move into the overtaking lane? And then we can make some progress. So sideways glance before we go. Good. I'm just reminding you because you've forgotten the last one. We've got the Audi tanking it down behind us, so let's put our foot down and make progress along with the car in front. So now we can justify being in this lane. We've got a slow moving vehicle up in the left. It should be limited to 60, would you agree, the lorry?
Yeah.
And you're keeping a nice following distance here. Sometimes when we initially changed lanes, I might have stayed in the left for a bit longer, but I thought because of all the garage and everything that was going on, there was another side road on, that we'd move over a bit earlier and just reserve that spot. This is what can happen. You can get undertaken, and it's going to happen again. So really the problem is the car in front, that Volkswagen, not doing 70 past the lorry. The lorry's doing 60, the Volkswagen's doing 65. It's not good enough, because if you're not doing the speed limit, you need a proper reason why, a proper justification. Am I talking too much, or is it okay?
No, it's okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, good. So let's get that speed to 70 and hold it at 70. Now, I wouldn't move back in here, but I would hold. Sorry?
There's another car.
Yeah, but there's a car tailgating. So if you get that speed to 70 rather than 67, because it makes a massive difference. Right, now we can see that there's probably no point in moving back to the left.
Yeah.
Just drop that speed a little bit, just doing 72. I think it's worth going into the left, because these are up and down with their speed. Sideways glance. So at the beginning they weren't quite doing 70 and we were making progress on them. But soon, you know, if you start thinking to yourself, that Audi's still behind me quite close, they're not really, we're kind of going the same speed as them guys. Time to move back in. Diffuse the situation before the Audi gets agitated and starts making it dangerous. So before you brake, straight in the mirrors, signal on, back on the gas, let's go, go, signal on, sideways glance, foot down to the floor. Okay, that's too late. You see, it's got to be much snappier. If you move out there, because of the time delay, you would have caused them to come off their gas or brake. Alright?
So when you pull out, you got to be along their speed straight away.
Yeah, you need to be on the gas. You don't want to be coming off just because you're manoeuvring, because you've got to keep the speed here. So we've got the brake lights in front, we've got the car, I think it's Jaguar, coming up really quite quickly behind, so we don't want to change lanes there. Keep this gap though, don't speed up, because the Mini behind us will speed up as well. We'll be the meat in the middle of the sandwich between the Land Rover in front, or Range Rover, and the Mini behind. If we speed up, we'll close the gap. Of course the Mini will close it with us, because they probably won't think about the things that we're thinking about. We're going to be on this road to the very end, alright? To the very end. So, let's get the speed up to 70. Look into the distance, because we might need to look to move out around the van if the van slows down. What do you reckon about the van's road position? Why do you think that might be?
He's in a bigger vehicle. Maybe think it's not as wide as he thinks.
Could be. Could be distracted, he could be on his phone.
Yeah.
It's good. So you're checking your escape route there. So that's something I know I don't need to tell you going forward, because I can see you doing it and you're checking your slip road. Well done. There's some 40 signs. I'm going to warn you, because they just come up really quickly, and it's quite dangerous to brake, to be honest. Hey up. So somebody's engine's gone on the other side there. That doesn't look good at all.
The engine's blown off.
That's very dangerous to be driving in as well. I bet you they've run out of oil or something.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think if they run out of oil, it'll be black smoke.
Yeah, probably. I'm no mechanic, so forgive me. Right, so yeah, moving back into the left, because we're not going. Good stuff. Now you just come through the 40 at 54. We've got a van behind and a silver Peugeot. Personally, I think that's going to be dangerous to brake there. If you look at the flow of the traffic, we're doing 40 and everybody's whizzing by at 70.
Yeah. I think
I'm not telling you speed, that's what you was doing anyway.
Yeah.
And I did warn you in advance.
Okay.
But from me to you, I'm glad you didn't brake. Some people would see the sign, panic and slam on the brakes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the worst thing to do, is to slam the brakes on from 70 down to 40. Because you're just gonna maybe can scare the person behind you, or they're not looking, or
Yeah, exactly.
it's better to slow it down progressively instead of just straight away.
I'm going to turn left, Jack, at the roundabout. That was a nasty pothole, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, if you spot anything, do try and avoid it. Treat it as a hazard. Steer right a bit. Just looking out for them potholes. Sometimes they develop near drains and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because there's already the cracks where the drain is. Or it takes a bit of water to get in, freeze, expand, and turn it to ice. And sorry, Jack, you were saying?
One question my mum wanted to ask me, or asked me to ask you, is on like coming to a stop.
Yeah.
Say I'm in 4th gear. And I shift down to 3rd, instead of going straight to 1st as I'm stopping, I just stay in that 3rd gear and then change into 1st when I've stopped. If that makes sense.
You want to be changing just as you're stopping, so that when you, because as soon as you stop, you might get going again. So if you've already
That's
changed,
what I said to my mum,
you're prepared to go.
Sure.
You don't want to wait till you've stopped.
Yeah, because I could be in 3rd gear and then the lights could change.
Yeah, this is it.
3rd.
That's it.
Okay. I'll let her know about that.
It's just not as good preparation. If not, you're not going to make as good progress in the long term.
Yeah.
So take the next road on the left.
Lady going across. Yeah.
Well spotted. Could have done with a shoulder check, couldn't he?
Yeah.
People like that are a danger to themselves, I reckon.
Yeah.
You know. I know where my head is every time I cross the road, right over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I ain't taking that risk. You don't know who's driving, do you? So, take the next road on the right, please, Jack. And then I'd like you to pull up on the left along this road, please. Cool. Just right there, that's it. Good. Now we're perfectly parallel. Alright, I just thought we'd pull up here for a quick catch up, a quick recap as to how you feel that went, that stretch there.
It's definitely a lot different than just driving around town.
Yeah.
Because you definitely got to think a lot quicker. But I think from what I've sort of learned so far is if like you want to overtake, like don't hesitate, do it there and then and get to the speed quickly. Don't sort of stick at 65 and then slowly build up. You want to be sort of pulling out at 70 almost.
Yeah.
And then
you don't even want to come off the gas at all.
No, then if you want to put it more on.
Yeah, exactly.
And then coming to the stop, as you said, like worst things to do is to slam on the brakes down to 40.
If the speed limit reduces.
Reduce it slowly, but sort of quickly, if that makes sense.
Now, on reflection, we could have actually done it safely. You know, I said to you...
What, brake down to 40? Or?
No, we could have just come off the gas and not braked at all. You know, when I first said to you, up ahead it changes to 40.
Yeah.
If we'd have just come off the gas there and let it drop from 70 to 60 to 50 to 40 by itself, it'd have been so subtle and so gradual. So, in theory, we could have done that.
Yeah.
You know, technically. I mean, the other thing is, if you went down there the first time by yourself, and you didn't have local knowledge, you would definitely to do the 40 past them 40 signs, you would definitely have to brake. You know why? Because you're approaching them at 70, and at the point where you can see coming off the gas wouldn't be in time.
Yeah.
Be done in time.
Yeah.
So things like that, I think, it just doesn't make sense. You know, that 40 needs a countdown. You're travelling at bloody 70.
Yeah.
You need a 300, 200, 100, and now 40.
Yeah, you sort of almost need. But you're almost travelling at double the speed, aren't you? So you need that time.
That's
to slow
it.
down.
That's it. So it's just worth analysing that, you know, because I mean, technically speaking, if you did that on your driving test, then that's not, you know, what did you go through, a 54?
Yeah, and then I did brake a bit. So.
Yeah. So I just want you to know. I just want you to know what you need to know, basically. You know.
So if I would have done that on my test, I would have failed, wouldn't I?
Do you know, before on the driving test, I've known somebody go through at 10 mile an hour over. No, sorry, 9 mile an hour over. I was sat in the back, looking, watching. Not even a mention. Not even a mention. However, other times, different.
Do you think it depends on the examiner? Because it might be quite nitpicky, like 5 mile an hour over.
I think it depends on that, but also I think it depends on the situational side of how and sense. Why it happened and where it happened. I think that.
So do you think if we were at the front of that line, for example, and we were gradually slowing down without braking, and we went through at like 50 and a 40, and we were slowing down to the 40, do you think that'd be okay? But if there was someone in front of us, but someone quite far behind us, we could have maybe braked a bit.
Say that again. I don't want to answer and not just answer for the sake of it. I want to really understand what you're saying.
If we're travelling at 70, and we go through the 40 at a 50, if there is someone in front of us, but there is no one behind us for quite a while, could we brake?
Yeah, by all means. That's the thing, isn't it? Everything's situational.
Yeah.
Like I said to you, don't brake with that mini behind you. That was a different scenario, I think it was anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't close, but it was...
No, I said to you, don't accelerate. Don't keep getting close to the car in front, because that mini will get closer and we'll close the gap either side. Yeah. But yeah, by all means, short answer is brake. If there's nothing behind you, there is nothing to worry about really. You just like braking on an airfield, isn't it? Brake as much as you want, no risk.
Yeah. What would you say would do different?
I think we just work on the progress, the overtaking.
Okay.
And keeping the speed.
Okay.
I think your mirror use, good to see you checking your sideways glance doing the sideways glance by yourself as well.
Yeah.
So I think just working on that really, and getting in some more slip roads.
Okay.
And working on that side. One more thing I just wanted to address is when we got undertaken. We got undertaken twice.
Yeah.
Now, on reflection, I said it on the move, we could have moved out later.
Yeah, we could have stayed in that lane a bit longer, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Then moved out.
Yeah. If you get that happen on your driving test, you could fail, depending on the circumstances.
What, undertaken?
If you get undertaken, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you see, with those cars, they didn't really need to do that. If they'd just looked ahead, they could see really why we're where we were.
Yeah.
The car in front was gaining,
it's
but
illegal what they're doing though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's undertaken.
Yeah. Now it is legal in some cases.
Yeah.
Do you know when it is legal?
When there's a slow-moving vehicle.
It's like if the right-hand lane's congested and the left-hand lane's going off in a different direction and is flowing because that direction isn't as congested. It might be because of the time of day or whatever. Of course, you're going to undertake, aren't you? You're going to keep going with the flow of the traffic, and the right's going to be slow still because it's going off wherever. So that's, of course, is legal. Okay. The other situations when that's legal is when's the other time? Just if your road's just if the left-hand lane's naturally flowing faster than the right.
What about a broken down car as well? Or is that
a broken down car
in the right-hand lane? suppose it is, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you'd have to get past, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, that would be to be fair, in that situation, you just do what you got to do, wouldn't you? You just common sense would take over, I guess.
Just go on with it,
Yeah. So, but did those cars need to do that? Was their lane naturally moving faster than ours? If they'd looked further, could they see that
in theory, they were in our lane anyway, behind us.
And then they purposely moved round, didn't they?
And then when they just got in front of me and they didn't really go anywhere until that car moved over.
Yeah. So. As far as I'm aware, they could get pulled over for that. Because it's deliberately trying to duck and dive through traffic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, we had a safe gap, I think, between us and the car in front, and then there was between that car and then there was that, like a reddy burgundy Volkswagen Polo. The real problem there was that Polo weren't making progress.
No, he took ages to get past the lorry.
That was the real problem.
He or she.
Yeah, so... But yeah, that's the analysis of all that. I'm quite pleased how it went, really, apart from that. So, I say apart from that, it's just some... Yeah. I don't mean that went bad either. So, let's get back to it. Do you want less instruction, or more, or the same?
I think what you were giving me was quite good, actually. Because I was concentrating, my sort of like back in my head, I was listening to you.
Yeah. Some people can and some people can't with that.
Yeah.
You know, I've got so much I can share with you, but some people struggle with it.
It's like driving with music. You're concentrating, but like part of you's just like zoned in the music as you're driving.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right then, Jack. So I think we should do a bit more before we get that sat nav on.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
So let's drive on when you're ready. When you reach the end of the road, turn right, follow the road ahead, and then turn right at the traffic lights.
So right and right.
Yeah. Okay. You say you passed your theory, Jack?
No, I haven't even like signed up to do it yet.
Haven't you?
No.
Have you got an app?
Yeah, I've got a like download on my computer.
Well spotted. Well spotted. That'd have been messy, wouldn't it, if you'd have gone as well?
Yeah.
Nice one, well done.
It's quite hard because of the sun, actually.
Yeah.
Could go.
Did you see lots through the gap at the side of the bus and stuff down the road?
I saw through, but when I just got to hear that car was moving, so...
Cool. So, these lights here, are these pedestrian crossings or traffic lights?
Pedestrian crossing.
Yeah. I'm just making sure, in terms of the instruction I gave you, that you was on board with what I was asking you to do.
It's right at these lights, isn't
It certainly is, Jack. Not called you Josh once today, have I? I have now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's it.
There.
No.
Oh, here.
I'll explain why in a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, there.
It certainly is. Now, I'm really glad we had that discussion. What road markings are down there? For you guys on the camera, if you just want to rewind that back, you'll be able to see what road markings are there, and you should never ever turn up these. What road markings is it, Jack?
That one?
Yeah.
That's stop mark, isn't it?
It's giveaway lines. So you never ever drive into a giveaway line, because that means, like, if a car comes to the end, it gives way. It's meant to turn out from there. So that's a one-way little road, that is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's a singular white line, and there's probably a blue arrow guiding you in as well, then that could be for you. But yeah, this right turn box is for you. Is that making sense?
Yeah, it got confused. I was like,
yeah.
it says there's an arrow there, like go up there. I'm like, but those markings. Well, I didn't see that because there's a car in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it now.
Always good to know your stuff with your road markings.
Yeah, definitely.
You can transfer to that anywhere in the country. It doesn't matter what. You know.
You can work it out, can't you?
Exactly. You can just work from your basics, if you like, and apply it to. Get yourself all the way inside that box, Jack, so that cars can still pass on the left here. So try and take up that position early, you know, over to the right.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep that road flowing on the left as much as possible. Imagine you was on the left and you was late for an appointment.
Yeah.
Somebody hadn't budged over, you'd be thinking, oh, if only you'd have done that. What, you know, why didn't you do that sort of thing? I guess it's affecting others, isn't it? It could do. So, you know, if we look at that on the driving test, that's one of the biggest things, really. Yeah, your driving affects others, and we don't want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, any questions about any of that scenario back there? Is it all clear in your mind?
Yeah, it's all clear now.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So we're just going to keep following the road ahead till you reach the end, and then we're going to turn right at the roundabout at the end.
Okay.
About 20 miles already, maybe just under, because I drove to pick you up. Done about 18 miles or so.
That's good.
You soon clock them up though when you're on the carriageway.
Yeah. I've missed that pothole.
Yeah, please do.
Very good tyres. Wheels, should I say.
One as well, the garden centre, okay.
That's the 2.
Can you see number 4 if you look over?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, good. Anything on our left in case you need to? Good. Always worth a check though, in case you need to steer out a little bit past the back end of their car. So what's the speed limit going to be? Not quite yet though. What lane do we need? Yeah. Fantastic. Why was it so important that we got over quite urgent? What's in the right-hand lane behind you there?
Car waiting.
Yeah. Quite powerful cars, a few Audis behind us that just want to get up and to speed, aren't they? Don't they? I think this one's particularly powerful, that one there, RS6. Nice family car there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm going to have one of them eventually. Or something
that
similar.
might be my dad's next car.
Is it?
Might be. Because he can't...
Your dad doing driving lessons?
Yeah.
I'll come pay him for an hour and come and drive it.
Yeah, I think because he can afford a GTR, but he's got a dog and kids.
Right, yeah. The Nissan.
Yeah, but it's a GTR. It's a shame. But yeah, he might have a look at an RS6.
Well, how about that? You'd said about breaking down. I didn't need to say anything. You was on it straight away. So well done. You really don't want to be breaking down on these roads, do you? That's why it's always good to keep all the stuff in case you break down. You know, keep means of charging your phone. Keep means of keeping warm, some food. Who knows? And who knows where you're going to break down? Make sure you've got your warning triangles and stuff.
That might have been the car that blown up.
Yes. Well done. Yeah, it is. It is that. We should have expected it. I should have prompted you to think about it before we come on, to be honest. Yeah. Bear with me, life's a bit of a blur at the moment. So, what's the speed limit then?
70.
Yeah. What are you doing?
65.
What could we do?
70.
Any reason why you're not?
I don't see the point. There's nothing around us. I don't know really. I was just.
So we really want to be making progress at all times, unless there's a reason why we can't. Because that's what these roads are for, isn't it? To make progress. We haven't got all the hazards that we usually would. We haven't got side roads, we haven't got driveways, we haven't got junctions, we haven't got buses, bus stops, pedestrians that could cross, but we haven't got that footfall, lights that could change. So it's really a good opportunity to get from A to B efficiently. So good to see you doing 70 now. And I want you to keep at 70. Don't worry if you flick at 72 or 68, just, you know, just deal with it instantly. If that happens on a test, it wouldn't, nothing would be thought about it. As long as you deal with it sharpish, it means you're aware, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we all, you know, it's very easy to do that at this speed. Anybody that tells you that they don't occasionally flick it to 70 or 72 or whatever like that, I'm afraid they're lying. I can't see as it's...
You can't, unless you're on cruise control.
Exactly. Or you... Look, it's possible, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about driving like overall all the time.
Yeah.
It happens, is what I'm saying.
Well, the limit is obviously 70, but if you were to go past the police at like 74, it would be alright because there's a percentage that you're allowed to.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't. That's it. Yeah. So start planning there, so you don't have to come off your gas. That's fantastic. Keep it going though, 'cause you've dropped 67. That's really good. Doing it earlier and keeping this. You've only dropped about 2 miles an hour, but you don't want to drop any. Because when there's cars coming in the distance, it'll matter. Forgot what I was saying now about what was it?
Like percentage.
Yeah, I'm not sure how true that is, and I really wouldn't like to risk it personally. I wouldn't advise you to think on that wavelength.
Yeah, I wouldn't think like that, but because my mum went on a
Speed awareness course.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was going to say that.
yeah.
Not just because it's your mum, it's just like
It's a, do you want to hear a funny
a lot of
story?
people.
Right?
Go on.
So my mum got caught doing a 37 in a 37 in a 30.
Yeah.
And then my grandparents or my grandma came down later on that day, got caught 30 minutes later doing 39.
Oh, you're
They got
joking.
both caught on the same day.
Was it one of the mobile cameras?
Yeah.
Those vans?
Yeah.
Anything behind us?
No.
No. And how are you going to know it's safe to move back in on the left?
I looked at my mirror. So,
Well, if you see it in your centre mirror, it's well and truly behind you.
yeah.
So go from that. Why is it dangerous to use the side mirrors?
Say further away than they actually are.
Yes, so they're much closer than you think they are. Do use them, but use them in conjunction with this one. Use this one first, and then advance to your door mirror. That's very good there. No braking required because of your easing off the gas. Well done.
So that's a lot easier, isn't
It's much smoother, isn't it? You're not going to catch anybody out behind you. When we stop next time, I'm going to have a look at this camera. It's vibrating a little bit, I'm not sure why. But when we stop, it's not a massive
it? Nice
issue.
Aston Martin behind us.
Yeah? Nice, aren't they? Quite unique as well.
Yeah.
Looking, you know. Some of them are so
There's something
nice.
special about that.
Yeah, it is. I'd love that.
When we went down to Cornwall with my dad, there was a DVS in front of us, and there was this caravan. It went from 1 lane down to 2, or 2 lanes up to 1 lane up to 2,
Yeah.
and the acid just floored it with noise. It was insane.
It sounds nice though, doesn't it? You know when you see these boy racers and stuff doing their car up, it sounds awful, but these sound good.
You hear one of them, you're like, that's a proper car.
Yeah, exactly. Like it sounds sweet. You could fall asleep to it. You can meditate to it.
Yeah. The best sounding
Maybe
car,
exaggerating.
Yeah, I think the best sounding cars are the V10s, and the Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a BMW M3 or Audi S.
I like the
Whichever, really.
I like the S5s.
Yeah.
My dad. It wasn't really a race. It was more who's the quickest off the roundabout scenario.
All right, yeah. Launch control.
Yeah.
Good obs there. We're going to come off from Pride Park.
Okay.
All right.
And
Is this in London? Your dad lives in London, doesn't he?
no, Maidstone.
Oh, okay. Kent. Yeah.
And yeah, we're brand spanking new Audi S7. Like that was showroom. You see work.
It's like a 4x4 type style, isn't it? Need to signal now. There's no countdown for this one, unfortunately.
And yeah, they came off a roundabout, and you could tell that the car was.
Clutch back up earlier.
Yeah, the Audi was wanting to get past. You could see it. My dad just put his foot down. The S7's about 400 and something brake, like they're not slow, and he just disappeared in the mirrors.
Did it?
Yeah, the S7 just disappeared.
Yeah. I'm going to turn first exit into the Toys R Us exit, so it's back on yourself basically. A lot of people miss the exit because can you see the diagram there? The roundabout.
Yeah.
It's sort of in on yourself.
Shall I go or shall I wait for these lights?
Well, I think you're going to be okay to go. I don't think you'll be blocking anybody if you do go because the crossing point's only here, isn't it? This little bit here.
Oh,
There's not a designated walkway because it's a temporary one.
These devil, like the number plate.
Mm.
That's quite cool. My dad's one in his Porsche is Boxster.
Is it?
Yeah.
I bet it's worth some money, isn't it? If it says Boxster on it.
Yeah, it's worth quite a bit. That's stunning.
Sorry?
That's stunning.
The car.
Yeah.
Seen some nice cars this lesson so far.
I'm a massive car person, it's ridiculous.
I'd like to end up doing like car reviews and stuff. I would.
Yeah. Do you watch a guy called Shmee?
On YouTube.
Yeah. Have you heard of him?
I can't remember what he's called. I was watching one the other week who he's reviewing loads of dead cool cars. It's first exit, Jack. Yeah. What's this guy doing then? Anything particular that's unique or?
Who's this Shmee guy?
Yeah.
He just does car reviews.
And then just pop yourself into a bay on the left anywhere you like.
Going to the end here.
Okey-doke.
Should I go there or?
You can do if you want.
I'll line myself up. There.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so how do you feel it's going?
Yeah, it's going really well.
The drive back? Better
yeah,
than
I
the
think-
drive there, or
Yeah, definitely.
improving?
Yeah, because I took on board what you were saying about overtaking and planning before.
I saw that. Yeah.
Especially with that just abandoned car in the middle of the road. It was broken down. I saw I went, that's not moving, so I had to react quickly.
Yeah.
And
Imagine
I
it.
was kind of lucky as well. There's no one sort of next to me or behind me.
That's right. I was going to say, imagine it's a busy time of day, and you would have to think mega fast. First of all, you'd have to spot it well early. You'd have to think real fast.
I think.
In terms of,
Yeah.
because otherwise, imagine if you have to brake to a stop and stop behind it.
Yeah. I
That'd
think
be bad, wouldn't it?
if I had to stop behind it, and I knew I went, well, I'm stuck. I'm gonna have to stop. I'd put my hazards on really quickly.
Yeah.
That's normally
yeah.
a sign to say I'm gonna slam
Yeah.
my brakes on.
Yeah. Most newer cars, if you slam on hard enough, the hazards come on automatically. Did you know that? Yeah.
Normally in my car. Never really seen that.
Yeah. It's happened a couple of times on this where I've had to brake hard
Yeah.
late, and the hazards just come on automatically because it detects. As far as it's programmed, it thinks I'm in I'm in an accident or something, or trying to avoid one.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be good.
So, happy with the lane changing and the timing.
Yes.
Happier with the speed.
Yep.
Keeping them up 70. Do you understand why more so? Why, number one, we should do it, and number two, it's important. Do you understand that?
I think we should do it so obviously we're keeping up with the flow of the traffic. Because if we go slow, we could be a hazard to other people or even ourselves.
And what type of things could start overtaking and congesting the road as a result if you're more around 60 and buses and coaches and all that stuff, cranes and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which we don't want, do we? Because they're going to take ages to get past, and it's going to block and clog the road up. And okay, so that's the end of the lesson. How do you feel it went today, Jack?
Yeah, it went really well.
Yeah, happy with your progress.
Yeah.
Your goal at the beginning of the session was what?
To try and get used to like faster moving traffic, which I think I've definitely achieved now, about thinking faster for like changing lanes and everything else.
If you don't think fast, what happens?
You can, like, if you leave it too late, then the car coming up behind you at 70 miles an hour or faster is going to be, before you know it, next to you, and you could just pull out. Yeah, it's just a lot quicker thinking.
Which you think, like you say, you got to grips with a bit more.
Yeah.
If you don't, the other thing that can happen is you just simply get boxed in.
Yeah.
You just can't get out, and you have to end up slowing down. In the case of the broken down car, which is really interesting today to come across, we'd have to end up stopping.
No.
Which could be bad on a road like that.
It's probably the worst thing to do.
Especially if there's a car behind us and it doesn't realise what's going on because we're blocking the broken down car in front, and we stop.
Brakes could fail, or you never know, anything can happen.
So so that's good. What other points would you take away from today that you feel like you've sort of made progress with and are pleased with today?
To just remember to, if I'm overtaking, just remember to get up to that speed quickly, and then get back in on that inner lane so other people can go past.
Yeah,
I think that's probably one of the main points we've done.
Okay. And what have you learnt about undertaking?
That depending on the scenario that you're in, if there's either a broken down car or a slow moving traffic, I think it's okay to undertake. I think so anyway. Alright?
Yeah, that's it. It is legal in that instance if the traffic's naturally flowing but moving slow in the left, faster in the left than the right, then it is acceptable to carry on. But you've always got to be, and I don't think we've said this yet, you've always got to be mindful that you are in for a split second, you're going to be in people's blind spot. And if they do think, oh, going to move back to the left, normal driving, they might not realise the lanes are splitting or whatever. Just be aware of that. Okay, the camera cut off a bit early. It's a bit temperamental, the battery on this thing. So I would like to invest in a backup camera, I think, a backup battery that I can pop in, or possibly just a better camera for the job. I don't know, but we'll see about that going forward today. But it cut off, and all you guys missed, if you're still watching, is the drive back on the sat nav. So nothing too much really happened there, did it?
No.
How did you find using the sat nav today? Because that was part of your goal, wasn't it? That we discussed.
Yeah, I think at the beginning the sat nav didn't really tell us where to go, because see, there's a line to follow on the sat nav, and that line was everywhere. So it's basically telling us to get back out onto the dual carriageway, which we figured out. And then after that, everything was smooth. Gave me enough time to plan ahead where to go and what lanes to be in. Success. Yeah, it was fine, weren't it, to be honest? Nothing to, everything's quite plain sailing with yourself. Credits to you, Jack. And so, where do you think this leads on going forwards to the next lesson? I don't really know. What would you suggest?
We've not looked at any manoeuvres yet, have we?
No, we haven't done like parallel parking or anything.
No,
or do we not do that yet?
Yeah, I mean, there's no set way of doing things.
Okay.
We're not going to be too rigid with anything. It's really just on you and what suits with you. what we've done with our training is we've gone more towards more faster driving because we can.
Yeah.
So we've got straight to that because things have been quite easy with yourself, for me anyway, from a teaching standpoint, and for you getting it. So I think, yeah, maybe just add a bit of diversity, add a bit of some manoeuvre. I don't know, maybe emergency stop or some parking or whatever. You can have a think. You can have a watch of the videos if you want and get some inspiration from that. See what you'd like to do next.
Yeah.
Of course, I've always got plenty of suggestions, so you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to.
Okay.
But yeah, so your video will be up. Well, I'll give you early access because I might not be posting the full access.
Okay.
At the time. I think access now going forward is going to be for Patreon patrons via the Patreon page. So it's just basically you guys supporting me on my journey in keep creating this content for you, and keep providing you with value. So check out the Patreon page, guys. The link will be in the description below, but you'll have access as soon as it's up. You'll be able to view it. All right. So yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, will do.
Cheers.